I just want to talk about deviations, right? Single deviations, and then we'll go on to double deviations. Single deviations are to get you from, so this one is going to be to get me from this structure to that structure. I'll just show you how to go through it, it's quite easy. Right, lift those up. Clip them in, and then lower yourself out, all right? And even if I let go of these ropes, I'm going to swing a bit, but there should be nothing behind me. There should be no obstructions, all right? And then I can go up to the platform. And then get on it or whatever, right? Coming down is quite simple. I want to get back on there, I can't really reach. So head level with the deviation. Right, and then I can pull myself in, get the spare carabiner ready, pull your ASAP down a bit, and then clip it back in. Above everything, do the gate up. Okay, and then I can either get back onto the platform or continue with my work down there. That's it, right? Very simple. So, single deviations, dead straightforward. You go up, you go through them, no hazards, right? Double deviations are protecting your lines from a hazard, okay? So in this, I've rigged these up. I mean, they're only scaff tubes, but say they were hot pipes or a sharp edge or something. I want to deviate my ropes away from them, all right? So IRATA issued some guidance on this last year. The maximum, so this was November 17, nearly a year old. The maximum deviation you should have for IRATA standards is 1.5 meters and 20 degrees for both a single and a double, right? So, getting technical, right? 1.5 meters is that mark there. $20 degrees. Let's continue that through. Right. So that's not a very big deviation. If I take my ropes in. Okay, so I've got my 1.5 meters anchored up there. I'm just putting a single one in for now on a grill on so I can adjust it. All right, that's about 10 degrees, isn't it? Okay, so going further out, we'll go and try and rig one up. The big thing with a double one is, where we've been getting confused, is you don't want to be rigging a double deviation level with the hazard. Because as soon as you go through these ropes, if you let go of those ropes, you swing straight into the hazard. So I'm saying it doesn't matter how you go through it, because they should never be level with the hazard. We'll go and have a look. All right, so I've rigged up a double deviation. I've used grill-ons. You can use what you like as long as the rated piece is. This one is at, don't drop it. Yeah, that's 20. So this is what we're looking at. That is maximum angle. 1.5 meters to there, maximum angle. The problem with this one is I've rigged this to avoid these hot pipes or sharp edge or whatever. So if I want to pass through this, so the way people have been doing it is clipping in, taking one off, taking the other one off. But the problem with this is, so I take one off, place it below, take the other one off, place it below. As soon as I take this cow's tail out, I swing straight into the hazard if I let go of the ropes. So these deviations, they don't want to be anywhere, they don't want to be level with the hazard. They want to either be up there, or, in this case, that'd need to be a re-anchor. All right, so how you go through it makes no odds to me. Just move one at a time, because it shouldn't be anywhere near it. Okay, so this is the point of a double deviation. There's my hazard. On this occasion, it's Stabby the lagger. He's just got out from a 3 stretch for ABH. I don't want to go anywhere near him. Everything wants to go on above it. So I'm going to go up to it. And then I don't really need to clip in. Just take one off, clip it below. Take the other one off, clip it below. Because if I let go of this, I still swing anyway. And then I lower myself out. All right, and that's it. I'm just going to go up and get my mate. Right, so a rescue through one. It can be quite simple, or it could be fairly difficult. I mean, 1.5 metres is pretty tricky. So again, Stabby's down there. So I want my head level. Either way you do this, I want my head level with it. All right, and if you can, okay. So if I'm good enough, I can just take one of these off. Right, and I'm just going to, a little bit of a swing and clip that in. I mean, that was hard work, but it wasn't, wasn't horrendous. So there's one in, but there's no hazard over there. So I can just take that off. I mean, obviously I'm using grill-ons. I could have just slackened it off and tightened it back up, but I'm just trying to emphasize it. All right, so that's kind of the hard way, I suppose. You do have to pull quite hard. And then I can go down away from the hazard. Right, so there's nothing wrong with doing it manually. If you can just pull yourself over. Depends whether you've got something to hold on to. If you want, you could clip a grill on in. The other way is to swap onto your backup rope underneath. So I've just got my backup rope there, underneath the deviation. Right, so backup rope in. Careful not to kick your casualty in. Right, all the way across. And then the bit that's a little bit tricky about this is I'm going to produce a big loop of slack here. So I'm just going to put a extra A-stap on for the transfer across. And then take my original A-stap off because that's done with. Pop it on below, slide it up. So that one's done with. And then we can head down, do my gates up. And we end up ultimately with 2 points deviating the ropes away from our hazard.